Okay, we're going to talk about 3 ways to bounce back from anything that happens gracefully. And can I tell you, this could be in business, this could be in your personal life, this could be literally in anything. And I want to let you know, yesterday was my 5-year anniversary, and I have kids that are 19 and twins that are 23. So clearly, this was not my first marriage. So I want to talk about that one, but then it also could be in the same, breath. I could talk about business dealings and the ups and downs with businesses and health crises and losing somebody that you absolutely love so much. Anything. What you have to be thinking about is this concept of resilience. And that is the ability to bounce back with a positive attitude. And why is that so important? Because life right now, especially, is hitting us, right? It's just like, it's one of those video games. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's like bouncing all off of us, right? It's like, oh my gosh, one thing, then there's another thing, then there's another thing. Well, this concept of resilience and this ability to bounce back with this, positive attitude also is very similar to life in general, right? And in order to build strength, there has to be some type of challenge. If your life was just so great and there was never an obstacle, never a challenge, how would you build strength? How would you build your, that being able to go and get through any situation? You wouldn't. And it's the tough times, getting through those tough times, how you get through those tough times that really matter. That's what makes you you. And so when I start to talk about, this growing through challenges, I want to talk to you about 3 ways to do this. And I got to tell you, this formula, these 3 things, doing this has allowed me to, one, I ended up getting remarried again to the most amazing, amazing man. I mean, truly my soulmate. I have been able to go back out and launch other companies. I've been able to, from a health perspective, bounce back after melanoma. I lost my mom less than a year ago, and to really look at the silver linings around all of that. And so what I have come to realize is that, one, if you look at how you're reacting to the situation, and at that point, when you realize how you're reacting, you have the ability to decide how you want to respond. You can either make this like a really horrible situation, which, by the way, when you do that, it actually brings you down. It brings you further down into the abyss of the negativity. So, one, you have the ability to react and you have the ability to respond. And that is entirely your choice, which puts you into a powerful position because it's nobody else's decision how you're going to react. Number 2, how do you want to be remembered in this situation? And this is an interesting one. So let's just, talk about getting divorced or, losing your job, and how are you exiting? How are you ending? Are you ending well, or are you burning the bridge as you're, walking over it? Because this will determine how you'll be remembered. And again, it's how do you want to remember yourself in this situation in the future? When you're looking back, do you want to be proud of how you handled it, of your resilience? Or do you want to be like, oh my God, that was the most embarrassing time of my life? And I guarantee you that if you can rise to the occasion, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough a lot of times. But again, that's when you are growing. That's when you are showing your strength. And then the third step that I always like to do is, what do you want to have happen in the future? If you completely, go off the rails because of a situation that's happening and that you really aren't showing that positive attitude and your resilience is really, really low, what does that mean for you in the future, right? If you have created this like toxic environment, how then do you expect to have positives come in the future around a better job, another husband or wife, your own health? If you've just been beating yourself up to such a degree, how do you expect yourself to grow and prosper in the future? So it is a moment by moment opportunity for you. You have the ability to make the decision on, are you going to be resilient? Are you going to have that bounce back attitude, the silver lining attitude that we all, when we're a part of the relaunch company, that is fundamental, that everything happened, but it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. It didn't happen to you, it happened for you. And that is the resilient mindset. Let me know what you think. If you're not watching this in the Facebook group, The Relaunch Effect, definitely go over there. I'm coming live every day. And these are these little small bits of content for you. I've been coaching and running companies, both from corporate. I've done, entrepreneurs. I've had all these different types of times where I have had to be resilient. And I have to tell you, lean in to these 3 steps. We'll see you next time.